There's Mozart's Piano Sonata in B-flat major. There's Schubert's Sonata in A minor. And then there's the Hyundai Sonata in a 14-step electro-charged paint rotodip. Because beautiful works of art are meant to last.
When accidents happen, we're here to pick up the pieces.
Oh, Burgell McGinsey.
The personal injury experts.
416-665-2000.
Why wouldn't you call Burgell McGinsey?
CP24, Toronto's breaking news.
Welcome back. We'll get back to LeDrew Live in just a moment. Now, as the Occupy Wall Street movement shows no signs of abating in the U.S., plans for Toronto's own protest, known as Occupy Toronto, are picking up steam. An organization meeting was held on the grounds of the University of Toronto tonight, and with the very latest from that get-together, let's go live now to CP24's Kyle Christie. Kyle.
Hi, Rena. Yeah, we were at that meeting earlier tonight at the University of Toronto. Organizers met with other protesters who will be taking part in Occupy Toronto, which happens this Saturday. Right now, we are where the protest will begin, in the heart of the financial district. This is the corner of King and York. And on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., hundreds, possibly thousands of protesters will be here for Occupy Toronto. Following this meeting here at 10 in the morning, they will march through the streets and occupy some space here in the downtown area, although they are keeping it a secret right now. As far as what will happen, we are told this will be a peaceful protest, although organizers admit they know others could join in and things could get out of hand. Toronto police say they are ready, but some of the protesters we spoke to said they will stay camped out here until police remove them.
Working class people, young people are beginning to say, listen, we're not going to take it. And, oh, listen, there's a lot of us in society. We are the 99%. And we don't have to accept the dictates of Big Bay Street and big business and big banks.
You know, if the police come and throw us out, we'll be back next week or the week after that. You know, they can't stop us. This is not about where we are, physical location. This is a mind and a heart thing, and it's going to last until we see a little bit more social justice and a little bit more economic parity.
The global leaders are not able to step up and meet the most pressing needs of the world right now, then the people will. So it's not going to be days, it's not going to be weeks. I don't even think so it'll be months. I think it'll be as long as it takes.
As long as it takes. Well, how long will that be? That is still the question, but we know things will get underway 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. And protesters also say they are here protesting because of the widening gap between the rich and poor, and that is their main message on Saturday. As mentioned, they will be occupying a space here in the financial district. Organizers tell us off camera, Bursey Park is an option, also possibly Metro Hall, but they are keeping it a secret in fear that police could put up fences and stop them from entering that public space. Back to you.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. And to national news now. Charges against a former junior hockey coach and convicted sex offender Graham James have been put over to November 3rd, when dates are to be set for the case to proceed. James has been out on bail for almost a year and living in Montreal since shortly after he was arrested on new sex assault charges. Now, the new charges involve young hockey players he once coached, including former Calgary Flames forward Theo Fleury. James served almost 2 years in jail in the late 1990s for assaulting 3 young hockey players, including former NHLer Sheldon Kennedy. The field of candidates for the late Jack Layton's job just got bigger. Thomas Mulcair announced his bid for the top job in the federal NDP party today.
We have a lot of work to do to get ready to take on Stephen Harper's Conservatives in the next election. For the first time in our history, we have a Prime Minister who behaves as if he is the master of Parliament instead of its servant. This leadership race is about picking the person who is best placed to beat Stephen Harper in the next election.
Many believe the 56-year-old Quebec MP is likely to try to push the left-wing party more to the political center. He's the 6th candidate to enter the race. And back here at home, officials at the Toronto Zoo say a second polar bear cub has died after being born prematurely earlier this week. The zoo has released these photos of a third cub that remains in the zoo's intensive care unit under 24-hour care. Staff are hopeful that each day he will get stronger. The 3 cubs were born prematurely on Tuesday. Their mother, Aurora, killed one of the newborns before staff intervened and removed the other 2. The zoo says the one cub that was saved, a female, succumbed to wounds inflicted by its mother. The fate of Toronto's police chief may be up for debate at a special meeting of the Toronto Police Services Board planned for tomorrow. With all the details, let's turn live now to CP24's Gian Lee. She has the very latest. What can you tell us, Chief?
Well, Rena, this is a story that's fast becoming the budget versus the badge. Now, last week there was a special Police Services Board meeting, and they agreed upon a hard target of reducing the operating budget over 2 years by 10%. Now, in last week's meeting, Police Chief Bill Blair, he stood firm. He did not want to see a decrease in the budget. In fact, he stood firm on a request for a 1.5% increase, saying anything less than that would result in layoffs. In fact, the chief says it could be a total of 920 layoffs. Now, the chief was supposed to submit a revised budget today, and so we have a special meeting that has been called by the Toronto Police Services Board for tomorrow. In its press release, it says the purpose of this meeting is to consider a report from the chief regarding the 2012 operating budget, and it also says it's to consider a report from the chair regarding the 2012 operating budget. So it will be interesting to see what comes before the table, but if the chief fails to make substantial budget cuts, the board's vice chair, Michael Thompson, has suggested that maybe it's time to find a new chief. We'll see what is put before the board tomorrow morning at 11:30 at police headquarters. Rena, back to you.
All right, Chief, thank you so much. Now, air travelers who use the island airport are a step closer to walking from the mainland to catch their flight. The federal government has changed regulations to allow construction of a pedestrian tunnel to Billy Bishop Toronto City Airport. Currently, a ferry is the only way to cross the channel. The Toronto Port Authority proposed building the tunnel back in 2009 as a way to deal with increased passenger traffic at the airport. Time now to take a look and see if there are any problems on the highways across the GTA. We're going to take a look at the Gardner first. It is moving well in both directions. Absolutely no delays as you make your way east and westbound. You just shot through Dowling. There's the DVP. Northbound looking good. Southbound is delay-free. And now over to the 401. It's looking good through Bayview. No delays in either direction. Let's check in with CP24's meteorologist Chris Potter for a look at the forecast. Hi.
Thank you very much, Rena. Of course, a lot of people are remembering last weekend, the long weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. Lots of sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 20s. Why am I saying I hope you enjoyed it? Because you fast forward into this weekend, it's going to be completely different. It all starts tonight. Rain moves in, and it will continue off and on until, well, pretty much past the earlier stages of Friday morning. It will then taper to showers. They will continue to clear towards the east. Then we're left with some gusty winds. Your forecast high for Friday, 17. Saturday, it's going to be a blustery day. 11 degrees your high, scattered showers, more organized along the lee side of the lakes, east shores of Lake Huron, Georgian Bay, and down towards Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. It will also be a windy day. Wind speeds will be clocked anywhere from 50 to 70 kilometers an hour. Looks like business is picking up. 14 degrees for you on Sunday with sunshine replaced by cloud cover and showers. Brief break on Monday from active weather with highs near 13, and it gets a little rainy and stormy for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's it for me from a loud Queen Street. Back inside.
All right, thank you very much for that, Chris Potter. Now, he's 100 years old and definitely not slowing down, much like our very own Stephen LeDrew, who's not 100 years old, but he's definitely not slowing down. In fact, he's planning on running the big marathon in Toronto this weekend. Check this out. Sajid Singh says he took up the sport 20 years ago and is still running about 16K a day. The Sanitarian has broke 8 records today, and that was just in the warm-up. He's running in Sunday's Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon, which would make him the Guinness World Records oldest marathoner. He says modest living helps keep him healthy. Amazing. 115 pounds, 5'8", that man.
That's stunning, isn't it?
Incredible. Now,
he's not slowing down.
No, not at all.
No,
Far be it from me to criticize your reading material, but
I wasn't reading you.